Hey, Jay.
Hey. What's up, Murder Minions?
Hello, Murder Minions. God, I've missed all of you. Thanks for indulging
the
us.
liberal hegemony of both political parties over the last generation.
So, there. Sorry about that. As we're interrupted by another murder trial that we do not want to cover. But hey, you know what? If there wasn't technical difficulties, it wouldn't freaking be Monday, would it?
It would not.
It would not be Monday. So, anyway, thanks for joining me, Jay. I've missed you. Don't let it go to your head, but I have missed all of you, and I've missed murder. I've missed legal. I've missed true crime. I've been reading about it a lot, and I've been watching a lot of the videos. I just haven't had anybody to talk to about it. So, hold on to your ears, people. This is going to be rough. I got a lot to say. It's been a long week. A long week, eh?
Well, we got some interesting updates this week, don't we?
We do. We have our crazy letter writing to the judge, crazy lady Stauch, Letitia Stauch. I've got about a bunch of legal updates on her. Yeah, she's been very busy, Jay. She's a busy. Her and her attorney that's just supposed to be guiding her. She got a little wackadoodle there. She has decided that all these kinds of evidence have to be suppressed. She's trying to get her cell phone records suppressed. She's trying to get the home security footage of her coming and going from the home where the child disappeared from, moving things around. She's trying to get all of that suppressed. She's working her little crazy fingers to the bone.
I don't understand how she thinks she can get those suppressed.
She can't. It's impossible.
I know she can't. I'm just trying to figure out how. What grounds is she trying to use?
I think she's trying to prove she's nuts. And let me use this point of reference just to show you this. She might be just trying to prove that she's really batshit crazy, because her argument and her lawyer actually wrote this out. Her argument for suppressing her phone was because they didn't know what she was going to say. So they had no reason to put a warrant on it because they had no actual proof of what she was going to say ahead of time. So there was no reason for them to put a warrant on her phone. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, isn't that part of the investigation? Like, are you really that crazy? Like, they're supposed to know ahead of time that you were going to make confessional type conversations with people that they could use against you. And because they didn't put that in the warrant, that you were probably going to say that's why you want it suppressed. I'm reading these things and I'm laughing. I'm laughing hysterical. I had many a coughing fit reading reading her filings.
This lady. I mean, they've got her dead to rights. I don't know what she thinks she can.
She just thinks she's so clever. Like, she writes to like, she thinks she's got it all down. Like, she really got a screw loose in a way, but it ain't going to help her as far as defense, because all of this is happening after the fact. While she committed the crime that she allegedly committed, she was perfectly sane. I mean, she took care of the body. She did everything. Anything.
I mean, they've got GPS records. They've got her story changed like 4 times in like an hour from like. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
It's just like everything says you did it. We have proof. You're not gonna get out.
Exactly. It's just mind-boggling. It's actually quite amusing. This is what I love about the legal part of this, is that, when I'm reading this stuff and I'm like, this is just unbelievable, this back and forth. And I can't believe that an actual attorney is signing off on it, but it's his job. He's got to do, what he has to do.
When your GPS tracker puts you at the exact same spot, they found the body in the freaking suitcase.
And the timeline matches up. Yeah. And oh god, let's not even get into the forensic evidence that she left everywhere. Let's not even go there. But anyway, she also the last time that we all talked, if you remember, when I went back, reviewed, they had just filed that they wanted all of the communications at the prison considered off limits to everybody, because she wanted to represent herself. And she was trying to say that she couldn't represent herself in privacy if they knew who she was talking to, which is, if you know anything about law here in the United States, is bullshit, because each side has to tell the other side what they're doing anyway, the whole time, or it gets thrown out. So that's all. It's just all. So they actually rule on that. The judge went, no. No. Like, no, that's all public. That doesn't serve any purpose at all, keeping all that private. That's just ridiculous. He didn't use that word. I'm kind of extrapolating his attitude a little bit there. He didn't use that terminology. But if a judge could ever say bullshit in a really nice way, he did.
I love Aurelian's comment. It says, it's not evidence if I don't let it be.
This is thank you. Oh, look, hey Jay, that's a milestone. I just laughed and I didn't choke.
Well, that's good. Yay.
I'm back. Yay. Like, that's the first time I haven't choked on a laugh in a week or two. Thank you. And thank you, Aurelian, for making that happen. Thank you.
Davro says evidence, who needs evidence when we have opinion and conjecture?
It could go opinion and conjecture. I did it, and there's not a damn thing you could do about it. That's basically what she's saying. Like, I don't know. This woman is a delight for me. She is cracking me up. She is why I like to do this. The absurdity of it is, even though the tragedy of what had happened, it's the absurdity afterwards that kind of gets me through it. Because when you deal with true crime, it's a lot of messed up stuff, right? Would you agree? So
especially the case we're going to be talking about later.
Yes. We have 2 very heartbreaking cases to wrap up today. And to let everybody talk about it. I know you've seen a lot about it and you covered it and everything, and I don't know that we can actually add anything new except for our opinions on it. But the other 2 cases that we have to, when we get done with this hot mess of enjoyment, they are a bit tragic, but they are closed now, and I do like endings. You can't do this stuff with all of the horrors that you read about and you have to speak on without endings. And so I like to celebrate the endings in some way with everybody and give everybody a little bit of closure. So we'll be doing a little bit of that today too. We may go even a little longer than an hour because there's a lot. But Jay, so about Letitia, why does her name even make me giggle today? About Letitia,
it's because you know the background of the story.
People, I'm not laughing about the tragedy that she did. I'm laughing because she's such a damn hot mess, and legally, she's turned it into a real joke, like a real joke. Like I'm just picturing the judge, sitting there, and here comes all this paperwork, and now they're starting to say things like this, Jay. They're going, and she filed another motion, which is not numbered, sequenced, or we have any idea where it's supposed to go. This is how they're talking in the answers back. Like, they're like, telling her she's not submitting them right. She's telling the lawyer he's like shouldn't even be submitting this stuff this way. Like they're pushing back with like, can you, like, the nicest way possible of saying, start flying right, or we're going to start just tossing your shit. You know, like this is like when a judge actually says to you, you didn't number your motion. And I'm thinking to myself, a lawyer submitted this? Like everybody knows you need sequence of events and to keep everything straight. Everything that gets submitted has a legal number on it, and it keeps it in order. You know, and you have to actually say the type of motion it is and what it's actually supposed to be going for, except for let's just throw everything out so you can't try me. You know, it's just not, it's just insane. But anyway, all of her communications at the hospital, and not the hospital, at the hospital also, like she's still under wraps. You know that, right, Jay? Like they have until they have the actual evaluation, and they can't really get anybody to evaluate her yet. Everything's on lockdown. Unfortunately, the trial has been delayed, seriously delayed.
Yeah,
like we're not
I can't
here
believe that.
March of 2023. And I was looking forward to it next month. I really was, because she's entertaining. I might have even played that case live for the sheer entertainment value of it. But I just, it's going to be a long year, and it's going to be a really, really entertaining year if she keeps this kind of stuff up. Shay, the type of attorney that she has is just the kind that when you say you're going to represent yourself, they do have to assign an attorney to you to give you legal advice, because no matter how good you think you are, they're not going to have the case thrown out because you're a stupid idiot. You know, they're not going to waste the court's time. So you have to have a consultant attorney assigned to you, and they are the ones that help you get all the filings in and everything. So everything's getting filed by the attorney, but it's as if she's doing it herself, but it's not really her. It's the attorney, if that makes any sense. It's like a consultant. They sit next to her through the whole trial if she's there, because again, she filed another motion not to show up for her own mental health hearing.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me? Okay, because I can't show up to my mental health hearing because it causes me stress to be in a courtroom. Although I need to be in the courtroom to defend myself against these alleged crimes that I supposedly didn't do, but I don't want to be there. Just send my consultant attorney and he'll tell me what's up. But I want to defend myself, but I don't want to be there as myself or as my defending attorney. Like, I don't get it, Jay. Like, what do you think she's possibly trying to do there?
I think she's still trying to go for the mentally insane.
Well, she's mentally entertaining. I don't know about insane. Well, it's definitely entertaining.
Deborah Young asked any reason why she did it or just nuts.
She was mad. Okay. The way it was written out in the indictment is that he was home with a stomach ache and it inconvenienced things she wanted to do that day because she had to take care of him. And there was some jealousy going back and forth about his father spending more time with the kids than her. And she is just presents to be a little bit narcissistically controlling, crazy. Allegedly, or just nuts. I'd say to do what she did to that young child, in the manner that she did it. Yeah, she had to be not right. But I think anybody that does anything like that would be not right. But not to the point of insanity where they shouldn't be punished for it, if that makes any sense. So. Yes, Raven, the stepson. Yes, it is. Although we find it amusing, the trial, I don't find amusing what happened to that young boy at all. Yeah. Let me put this one up. This is a good question. Here you go, Jay. And hello, Dirty Uncle, my favorite Dirty Uncle. Would it be fair to say the actual lawyer acts like a second chair attorney or a paralegal when representing oneself? Yes, it would. Thank you for your murder minion speak there. Perfect explanation. you do need to have somebody acting there, like giving advice, but they are actually not in charge of the case. The case is supposed to be directed by Letitia. She's supposed to be, if she's representing herself, saying all of the, where the case is going and what should get filed, and trying to direct it in some way. And then the actual consulting attorney is supposed to help her do that. Well, the direction is supposed to come from her. But it's, I can't even imagine some of these stuff, why he's even, I'm sure they might be advising her not to file it, that she's just mucking up the process, but she doesn't have to listen if she's in charge of the case. So Shay says it's classic all about me syndrome. You think so? Yeah. Definitely, narcissistic, bit of jealousy there, and it is a tragedy on that.
Didn't they figure the reason why is because, one, she was unhappy with what was going on, and she got mad because he spilled something.
Yeah, well, she said something about remember the candle thing?
Yeah.
The candle, yeah, and that was why, like, there was blood, because, like, they rushed around trying to put out the candle, and I don't know, somehow he got hurt, and then she went to tell a neighbor, and it was weird. I don't know. It was that whole story was just crazy, and it's actually, that story is part of why the whole thing started to unravel. Brilliant says, I don't get why people represent themselves. Why do they think they are better than someone who studied law for at least 5 years? Exactly. When you think you're the smartest person in the room, you usually have a rude awakening around the corner.
Yeah, well, that's like, part of the narcissism complex. So, they think they're smarter than everybody else, and they think they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't, what is that saying? He who represents himself has a fool for a client.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. And I kind of stand behind that. Like, when you can, free here in the United States, you can get a public defender. Even if you can't afford it, you can get good representation. They too went to school for 5 years, just like the one you got to pay big dollars for. But why try to represent yourself? Like
Deb, I mean, she shot him in the jaw and stabbed him 18 times.
Yeah, we went over like that in the beginning, and I will link. I have linked our playlist down below with all of our episodes, and you usually mark at the top of each episode what is being covered, so you'll see the name if you want to see where we went over the details of the case again. And I think I'll just link it direct after these two to make it easier for you. Dirty Uncle says, do they mostly just direct a person to not screw themselves worse? But in her case, her stupidity already fucked her over. Yeah, she's pretty well. Well, she started, before she even started representing herself. May I call you Dirty? I'm just going to call you Dirty because I like the way it sounds. Well, Dirty, she actually started writing to the judge, when she first got charged, directly to the judge in charge of the case, personal notes about how nobody was listening to her, and she fired all her lawyers, and, nobody could actually handle the case as good as she, and she tried to recite case law to him and all kinds of stuff. Bad move on her part, but yeah. Yeah, she's just bad.
Remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
It's not? God, you're all in trouble then. If it's not a lie, if I believe it, this world is fucked. Yeah. This world's fucked. I have a weird and very active imagination. You're all in trouble now. You're all in trouble. If it's true because I believe it, then, oh my gosh. Can you imagine, Jay, if that was true? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, she could have just left him alone. I agree, Dirty. And he had a stomach ache. He stayed home from school and ruined all her plans. I don't know. She was working on just bad attitude all the way around. There's evidence in conversations and with neighbors, friends, family, the ex-husband, that she was quite manipulative, and there was some trouble there to begin with. Really. All right, on that one, if you guys don't have any more questions about crazy. Basically, where we are with it is we're still waiting for Letitia to get to a mental evaluation, which will be delayed because of the backlog at the mental hospital for quite some time. They also have shut down the criminal court system in that state because of COVID, so the trial has been delayed until March of 2023. We are currently waiting for 7 different answers on evidence that she's trying to suppress. But she is trying to suppress phone records, her phone. She's trying to suppress communications. She's trying to suppress the actual footage from the ADT security system. She is trying to suppress several witness statements. She is trying to suppress. She tried to suppress all of the communications at the jail. That's already been ruled on. The judge said, no way, no way, no way. I'm trying to remember, Dirty, if she had a boyfriend on the side. I think she did. Didn't she, Jay? Yeah, I think she did.
No, I think
so.
that was the. I don't think that was the Stauch case. I think that was the
Well, I know Morphew did, and
Morphew.
I know Morphew does. Yeah, I think I could be confusing that. I will double check though, Dirty, because that's what I do. If you ask me something I can't answer, I'm gonna go back and look, and I'll either tell you in the next stream or I'll DM you, if you don't mind, or I'll put it public on Twitter if you don't want a private correspondence. Yeah, but hello, Mrs. Cassandra. I am very pleased to be back. So, all right. So on that, if you guys don't have any more, I will look that up, Dirty, and get back to you on that. What cat memes? What does cat memes have to do with Letitia's stuff? Davros. When he sends them to you, Jay, you're gonna have to let me know. I don't know. What the hell? What the hell does cat memes have to do with?
I don't know. I think
know.
because I grabbed a couple of them that he put in the Discord for Friday.
Oh, those. Oh, yeah. For our other. Yeah, because you know we all kind of hang out together on YouTube, like publicly all the time. So we'll be doing this on Friday morning over at Hereticals with apparently cat memes. Yeah, okay. Well, they were funny actually. They were good ones.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed them because they were funny.
All right. Yes, Krabby, she's actually being held. She's last I heard, she's still in the mental facility waiting for her evaluation. She has to stay there or jail. She has no bail. What? Wait, now you know what? You can't talk about a bloody room and not entice me here.
That's
Dirty, you're talking my language. Wait, I'm going to rabbit hole this because I'm pretty sure she had a boyfriend, and didn't they find his room like drenched in his blood? 21 investigating. I don't know, but you're talking my language now. You're speaking to me in that dirty, murder minion language that I love so much. So
yeah, I don't.
You go ahead and rabbit hole.
I don't remember seeing anything about that in this case.
I don't remember a boyfriend in blood. I remember the candle story and the blood and the suitcase and all of that, but I don't I don't remember a blood room. But if you find a blood room like that, I need to know what you're talking about, because that's a case I want to look into. So don't be just teasing us, Dirty. You're going to have to give me some deets. I need at least the name now. Now you know how to get me. Look, get out of my head, Dirty. I will put my thinking cat on. That's punny. That's very punny, Davros. It's like, I'm so done with you guys. All right, I feel so good. Can you tell? I feel so much better.
Well, which case do you want to go to next? I think we should do the Chandler case. Save the other one for last.
Okay, you want to talk? Okay, how about you guys? You murder minions. You ready to talk about Chandler Halderson and his evilness that was just found gratefully guilty on all counts? Yeah.
I'll save your voice for a little bit, and I'll cover this.
Thank you.
So
okay, I'll read the chat.
So we'll start off because we haven't covered this story before, so I'll give you guys some background information here. So, a Wisconsin man stood trial for allegedly murdering and dismembering his parents without remorse and providing false information on their disappearances. Chandler Michael Halderson, 23, faced charges including first-degree intentional homicide. The remains of his father, Bart Halderson, 50, and his mother, Krista Henderson, 53, were found days apart. He reported that his parents missing July 7th of last year, claiming they left their home in the village of Windsor. Just days before the first, he told WISC-TV at the time that they were going to a village in White Lake, Wisconsin. He said, my last message I got from him that they were going to White Lake for the 4th of July, and that was about it. He said that, to his knowledge, they were going to their cabin in Langdon County. Well, apparently that wasn't true. Bart's torso was found in rural Dane County, while remains of Krista were found in Stauch County in the property run by the Department of Natural Resources. Their son had been searching Google for terms like body found Wisconsin, Wisconsin body found in Wisconsin, Wisconsin dismembered body found, and dead body found in Wisconsin. Investors suggested Chandler Halderson used to visit the property belonging to the partner of his girlfriend's mother to cover to hide his father's torso nearby. He shot Bart at least once before dismembering him. So, according to the investigation, Halder said that after his arrest, you don't know the whole story, and I didn't feel bad about what I did.
I didn't feel bad about what I did.
No.
That speaks volumes.
So the update on this case is now closed as of the 21st. So
just a couple days ago.
After 2 hours of deliberations, a Dane County jury found Chandler Halderson, 23, guilty on all 8 counts. So that was 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, 2 counts of false information on kidnap or missing persons, 2 counts of mutilating a corpse, and 2 counts of hiding a corpse. So he was found guilty on all charges. He appeared to show no reaction when the verdict was read.
Yep. And there was, this case had a lot of interesting things. He tried to mislead them with all those false email accounts and correspondence back and forth. I found it quite interesting.
They probably said, well, on their drive, they usually stop in a lot of places.
He actively tried to disrupt the investigation and do all things. I like this is so true, Shay. I love this. Yeah. Nothing says guilt like a good Google search history. Truer words from a murder minion were never spoken. That is so true. It's so true. Yeah.
No, he didn't boil his mom's head like that brat.
No, he didn't boil her, but oh my God. Yeah.
Did chop him into pieces and spread him about 2 different counties.
This is true. And at first, once they knew, like they charged him for the father first, but they found little parts of mom, but they hadn't really charged. She was still considered missing while he was actively messing up with the investigation and trying to deter them and everything. Well, what I found is like in a lot of these cases now, they are charging them with, not disposing of a dead body properly or for doing things to a dead body. And lately it's been a thing with all of these indictments that I see, including with the shopping cart killers and the real estate the real estate killer in Miami that we were looking at. They too also got charged with misappropriating a dead body, so to speak, or not disposing of it properly or doing things to it that you shouldn't do. And I'm finding that, like, is that murder enough? Like, they're throwing all this stuff on top. Like, they went and killed them, and now they're like getting them for that part also. But in this case, he actually was found guilty on every single charge, including what he did to the bodies. That is real justice for the disrespect that was shown to his parents.
So we do have some information here. During the trial, prosecutors had argued that Halderson killed his parents after they exposed a web of lies about his college enrollment work and on being on the police scuba dive team. In her closing arguments,
because he wasn't. Right?
Yeah, he wasn't. According to closing arguments, Assistant District Attorney Andrea Raymond discussed evidence and testimony given during the trial, which included human bone fragments found in the family's fireplace, cutting tools with DNA that matched his parents, as well as phone data that showed him near where the remains were later found.
Yep.
So
And
the day he was arrested, it was when they found his dad's torso.
And then, they added charges afterwards once they started finding the pieces of mom.
Yeah.
And she didn't turn up. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Jay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I guess I had my mic too far away. Is that better?
Who would have? Well, also, I'm not all the way, all the way back as much as we would like.
Well,
I think my voice is still too soft, is what I mean. Like I'm not as.
It's one of the things that I thought was funny was the defense team argued that while Halderson attempted to cover up his lies, prosecutors never demonstrated a motive to kill his parents. He was never told they were going to kick him out of the house. You were never told they were going to disown him. You were never told anything about why it matters. If this is going to be motive, if this is the reason you're intentionally killing someone, it better matter. So they were trying to get rid of the defense was trying to stop the intentional killing charge, but apparently, that didn't work.
Yep. And I kind of agree with everybody. Like there was no reason here. This is what really was. I don't know about you guys, and please speak up in the chat because we really want to talk about this. This was upsetting, this trial in this case for a lot of people. A lot of people were following it every day. I see T King, you were following it. I know I was watching it, but not reporting on it because I was. I could not wrap my mind around how there was no motive. And I have difficulty with cases like that. Like I have difficulty trying to stay neutral. And when I'm talking about these things, I try to stay a little unbiased. And in this case, I found myself very biased. Very I was like, he's guilty, guilty, guilty. What a little son of a bitch he is. A little entitled brat. Everything you could possibly say about somebody not nice that you don't know. Like I was saying it every day while I was watching these.
I hadn't heard
reporting on it. Yeah.
I hadn't heard of this case till about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really? It's been going for a while. Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what they're even trying to insinuate as to why the reason was, except for that some of his lies on how he represented himself out in public. I like being on the swim team and this and that. The parents found out about, but it didn't seem like it was a big deal. Like there was no big blow up. They weren't going to disown him. They weren't kicking him out of the house. Like you said, they weren't taking money away from him. Nobody was pressuring him to do anything. This is so disheartening that, this could happen to those parents. I don't know why, Jay. I do not know why. Well, I am just glad. Justice.
Yeah, now I want to look up that one about the head in the pot because Mrs. Cassandra said the guy who killed his parents and put his mom's head in the pot on the stove was mad because mommy and daddy weren't going to pay for anything anymore.
Yeah, they were kicking him out. He wouldn't get a job or something like that. Like
I need to know
they weren't going to pay his bills. Yeah. I don't. Well, I don't normally look for the, putting the head in the pot kind of cases.
You do, though. Actually. Those are the ones that attract me. It's like, wait a minute. You did what?
I know. Not me. Like I need more. Like
the lady from Australia we covered the other week.
God.
With the skinning and that case just fascinated me.
You mean Catherine Knight? Oh my God.
Her. Yeah, with just skinned and made the tapestry in the door.
That was wild. That was wild. Yeah, you guys are jading me. You're turning, you're making the bear a little thick-skinned about this kind of stuff, which is good because, you need to have one to talk about this kind of stuff. But I'm sorry.
Raven asked, she said, he was in his 30s or is that a different case? I said, I have no idea because I never heard of this case. What do you know, Claire?
Yeah. No, until Mrs. Cassandra mentioned it in there, and someone else, I think Dirty mentioned it also. I had not So throw. You know what? If you have a name, toss us a name.
Yeah.
You can hit my DMs if you'd like, or Jay's. All of our Twitters. I'm listed all over my channel, and most of you that are here, you lovely murder minions who I interact with on Twitter regularly. Anyway, the potted head killer douche wrote down his plan, and what?
Oh, there's been quite a few serial killers that have. I mean, there's the Notebook killer for one. There's the ABC killer. There's another one I can think of just right off the top of my head.
Oh my God! First of all, Dirty, you speak my language. Like, you got to come to our next roundtable. This would be so much fun. It's just like, oh my God, he wrote down his plan in the notebook. He take off her head and boil it. Like, he wrote that out. Crikey, that's disgusting. And yes, Shay, the soap lady, she tickled me.
Yeah.
She turned the people.
That lady was funny.
That was good. That was right before I got sick. We did this. Right. Well, I was getting sick at the time. I was going in and out. But I know, and he didn't finish his cleanup. What? He wrote it all down and then he didn't follow through. Typical man.
Sean Great. I need to look that name up.
Is that the name? Yeah.
No, she said that's a serial killer lived 20 minutes from him.
Oh, I would not like to know that a serial killer lived 20 minutes from me, but on the East Coast, I'm sure plenty of them do. Yeah. Thank you, Krabby. Someday. I have dreams, Krabby. I have dreams.
Look, it's another Ohio murder.
Oh, no, not Ohio.
No. What is with Ohio and Colorado?
I don't know, but all my cases seem to be, floundering around there. It makes me wonder. But right now, Ohio's under a ton of snow. So hopefully the serial killers have quieted down for a little while. Yeah, maybe. Well, and Colorado too.
Wow.
It's cold there. It's very snowy. Great for preserving bodies. So I guess, who knows? Maybe they are active. Maybe they're more active in the winter. I don't know. He didn't even finish his cleanup. Like the head. Is this what they call him? The potted head killer? Is this what his name is, Dirty? Is that what I'm going to look up? Or I just, you know what? Yes, I want to get memberships too, Krabby, so we can have murder minion emojis. That would be very funny.
Need to get to 1,000.
Yeah, I got to get to, someday a bear can dream. Someday it'll happen. Yeah, it's like, I'll catch on. Yeah, someday. He was, what? Oh my God. You guys are always, no matter what we're talking about, you guys always bring something fascinating and give me another 3 months worth of content going on here.
I just looked up that Sean Great real quick. Is a serial killer, rapist, and former drifter who murdered numerous young women in northern Ohio.
He was dismembering his parents' bodies and left to go to the store, and then he just went to his own home in another state. What? It's like, what? Okay, that's it. Jay, that one. I'm with you.
Who is this guy? I want to know who this guy is.
You like the head in the pot, and I just love the crazy disassociation, stupid bullshit man shit he just did. He wrote out the plan and then lost the goddamn plot. That's insane. I need to check this out.
Yeah, somebody find us a name for the head in a pot dude.
Yes.
I gotta look this story up.
He did it because he didn't want to get caught. I know that's what I'm gonna call him that too, Dirty, because that kind of fits. It's like, oh my God. Oh God. Looking up his name now. Thank you. Oh, and welcome to the Murder Minion team, Dirty. There's no hope for you now. You're not getting away. We got our claws in you now. The Bears got you. You're staying. You can't go.
Joel Guy Jr.
Joel Guy Jr. Is that who it was? I know Joel Guy case, but oh God, that case drove me insane. I read that case with my friend Heather. We read that every day, and every day we wanted to stream about it, and we never had the guts to do it because we were covering some boring Katie Joy Paulson bullshit at the time. What can I say? We were young and foolish.
It's according to Wikipedia, is from Knoxville, Tennessee. Stabbed his father.
It ain't Ohio.
Stabbed his father 42 times and his mother 31 times.
And then cut off her head and put it in a pot? Oh, God. Joel Guy Jr.
He was injured.
That was a messy.
Injured during the stabbing and left the partially dissolved remains in the house
right.
when he left to dress his wounds. Yeah, we're going to cover this one later.
Okay, we're going to cover this. Give me 2 weeks because I want to deep dive on this. I'm finding every legal scrap because I wanted to cover this at the time, but my friend and I, we just started a channel over, this was like last September, Karma Valley, and we were covering something else at the time, being like, chickens and covering regular legal stuff. We wanted to cover this so bad, so I'm going to deep dive. We're going to get all the leaking. They cut off his allowance. I know, like he got mad because they weren't going to pay his bills. And now I'm remembering. Yes, now I remember. We're going to deep dive. We're going to go back into the whole thing on this. All the dirty deets. All the dirty deets, because it has a head in a pot, and Jay likes a head in a pot, and Jay's been very patient while I was sick, and we're going to reward him with a head in a pot crime.
Shay said, sounds like he's a soulmate for the butcher lady.
It does. Like him and Catherine Knight would get together really well. They both maybe she would have pushed him around a bit as long as he was paying and she was paying his bills. I think he would have been happy about it. She was a bit bossy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into that case.
Yeah.
Because just from the little bit I read here on Wikipedia, oh, cool crap. Acid-based solutions.
Oh, no, not more acid. No. I hope they do better than that other guy that just left the drippings everywhere and got caught. That was dumb. Like, can you tell? Like, I'm very judgmental about killers. Like, I really don't like dumb killers. Some intelligent killers would be nice.
Wikipedia actually has one of his pages from his book of premeditation. Holy crap.
Oh, wait, Philip Snyder. Oh, from Ohio? Another Ohio? Okay, Marking, I'm writing that down because, I heard Ohio is full of crazy serial killers. We're going to have to check that out.
New channel, Serial Killer Matchmakers.
Hook the bear up with an intelligent serial killer for once. Yes, No.
Wow.
I'm going to look up. Wow. Philip Snyder. That does sound new. Shay, that's funny. Like, you know what? Somebody else tried to get me to start a matchmaking channel. I never thought of serial killer matchmakers. This is kind of freaky, but no, I do. That's where you're wrong, Krabby. It's not that I don't like Jack. I do. Jack just, when I read Jack's words, they scare the fuck out of me. Like they made me tremble. Like he likes it so much. But that is one intelligent, fascinating serial killer. And if I have a thing for any serial killer, it's Jack. It's definitely Jack.
Thursday, I have all the letters.
Oh, do I get to read some? Please? Please, I would love to read Jack. I'm ready. Jay, look, I'm ready. I could do it, Jay. I promise not to cry. I might have a nervous breakdown afterwards, but I promise not to cry on screen. But oh God, when I read that, it just gave me chills. Like I felt every word of that letter. Like really. And Jack was smart enough to never get caught. And I actually think Jack continued elsewhere with a different style because he was that smart. And I don't think he just drifted off into oblivion like everybody says or died.
Depends on who you talk to. So,
well, in my fantasy mind, my creative mind here, Jack lives on. Jack has a whole bloodline of serial killers.
Dirty's got one of the best comments. Stupid killers are insulting to serial killers.
It's right. Yeah, you know what? I hear you. I agree with these. Like, don't insult me with your stupidity. Like, come on. Like, you're smarter than that, right? Yes, Jack was smart. And if I was in London, he would have kept me off those streets. He terrorized the whole city. Like, he terrorized the whole city. It was horrific, especially even at that time. And the way he taunted, he was one of the best taunters of the police. He was a bit full of himself. I have to admire him for his arrogance and he just loved to kill. And there was no bones about it. No bones about it. He just loved it. Match made in hell, killer couple. That's another series that we're looking at. Like, we're looking at a whole series of female serial killers, and then possibly these matches made in hell, these serial killer couples, because there's quite a few of them that are. You're not petty, Shay. Put your petty pants on. You're welcome here. That's fine. It's like, how can you not be with this stuff? Really, really. Yes. Okay, Mrs. Cassandra. I'll be looking.
So there you go, Claire. I just sent you the 4 letters on Discord.
Oh, you did? Oh, look, everybody. I get to put myself to sleep with Jack the Ripper letters tonight. Oh, joy. Yeah. Okay, who's staying up all night and talking to me? Because this shit's going to get real. Like, I'll meet you all in Discord later,
There's someone for everyone.
It's me and Jack. Well, I am alone now, Jay. So in my mind, I might as well have a fantasy relationship with Jack the Ripper. I mean, why the fuck not?
Well, see, Dirty. We don't need Jack. We got Dexter.
No, we don't, because the series is over. That I did while I was laid up. And you know what oh God, I hope, all right, I
haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
Okay, so I won't ruin it for you, but I'm devastated. And when you'll get to the end, we need to talk, because I need a good rant. Somebody needs to hit me up. I need a good Dexter rant. I am besides myself. I can't believe they did this to me. Did the cruelest. I'm besides myself. All of this make me wait years for them to put the series out again. And then they did that. It's not right. It's not right. I tell you, it's not right. But you'll know what I'm talking about soon. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Krabby. You make sure I don't freak out. Thank you.
So let's move on to this last case.
All right, ladies. Okay, I'm going to read this because I'm feeling a little stronger here. Let me just pull this up. All right, so now that we're done, we have our next couple of shows all laid out with heads and pots and shit. And we're gonna put Chandler Halderson to rest, because he's guilty. He's guilty. We don't know why he did it, but I was really glad. All 8 counts.
And it only
very
took
good to
2
see
hours.
Justice.
Yeah, it only took 2 hours of deliberation.
Mm-hmm. As it should, because there was just no doubt that he was guilty, and he got guilty on everything, even the interfering and everything else that he was doing.
I think the only reason it took 2 hours, and it's just from the little bit that I read there at the end, is I think they were trying to determine whether or not it was actually intentional first degree, because like the defense attorney said, there was no foreseeable motive. So I think that's what they may have been stuck on. There's a reason why it took 2 hours, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I see it. And Dirty, no, there's no judgment here. I love the female killer stuff. You and I need to talk more. Yeah, we need to talk more. Seems like we have a lot more in common than we thought, even on Twitter, huh? But there's no judgment here on serial killers, that's for sure. Yeah. And Shay, you say Dexter's coming back next season? From your lips. From your lips, please, because I am really besides myself. I can't tell you how distraught I am over what they did at the end. I can't. Like, somebody's going to have to talk me down, for sure.
Speaking of Jack, just rolling back to that, I think we need to get my daughter on Thursday.
Yeah?
Yeah. So everybody in the chat, tell Megan Cross that she needs to show up Thursday and join us to talk about Jack the Ripper.
Megan, I saw you in chat earlier. Welcome. I didn't know that you were Jay's daughter. And welcome. And you need to show up Thursday. You need to show up Thursday.
I hate you.
Okay. You should, because he just embarrassed the fuck out of you. And I'm with you, girl. You shouldn't be doing that shit. But still, we would like you to show up on Thursday. I'd like to hear what you have to say about murder and serial killers. And,
she loves true crime too, so.
Well, then she's a murder minion for sure, right?
Yep.
Well, there we go. There will be a second season of New Blood. You have the scoop, Davros. You wouldn't lie to me. You wouldn't lie to a bear, would you? You would. Davros, hit me up later. I want to know what you know. Yeah.
Well, see, Megan, I mean, got lots of people asking you to come out and play.
She said, "Excuse me, I'm with you, Megan. He should not embarrass you like this in public. Like, he knows better. Being the coffee hater that he is. But we'll get back at him for you. Don't worry. Ask Raven. We'll get him. We'll get him. Don't. So anyway, back to the Petito Laundrie case, which is also a very sad case, and it is closed now by the FBI. And I know everybody feels a certain way about this because some are feeling the families may not be getting the justice that they deserve. But let me just read the FBI statement first, and then we'll all talk about it a little bit. We'll probably go maybe up to another 30 minutes if you have it, Jay. Just to let everybody get this one out. This took a long time and it was really upsetting. This is another case I didn't cover because it had physical abuse in it, and it had everybody was covering it. And I don't like to dabble where everybody else is a lot unless I have something different to say, and I did not have anything new to add to the way that this was being reported by so many people. But I followed it, and the conclusions are now. The FBI Denver provides final investigative update on the Gabrielle Petito case. Yesterday, the family of Gabrielle Petito met with the FBI at the Tampa field office as the investigation will be closed in the near future. All logical investigative steps have been concluded in this case, said FBI Denver Division Special Agent in charge, Michael Schneider. The investigation did not identify any other individuals other than Brian Laundrie directly involved in the tragic death of Gabby Petito. The FBI's primary focus throughout the investigation was to bring justice to Gabby and her family. The public's role in helping us in this endeavor was invaluable, as the investigation was covered in the media around the world. On behalf of the FBI, I want to express my deepest appreciation to the public for the thousands of tips that were provided during the investigation, and to our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners for their work throughout the investigation. The FBI opened investigation into the disappearance of Ms. Petito on September 12th of 2021, upon receiving reports that Gabby's family that Ms. Petito was missing. The FBI, working with federal, state, and local officials, organized a search of a remote area within the Grand Teton National Park and the Bridger Teton National Forest. On September 19, 2021, the search team located the remains of Ms. Petito on the Spread Creek dispersed camping area near where she and Brian Laundrie had been seen together. Ms. Petito was found approximately 3 weeks after her last known communication. The Teton County Coroner's Office subsequently concluded Ms. Petito died of blunt force injuries to the head and neck with manual strangulation. While law enforcement investigated all logical leads, the investigation quickly focused on the last person believed to see her alive, Mr. Laundrie. The following is a timeline of the investigation. The investigation revealed that between August 30th and September 1st, Mr. Laundrie had used Ms. Petito's debit card without authorization on his drive back to Florida from Wyoming. As Ms. Petito's death, there were several text messages identified between Mr. Laundrie's telephone and Ms. Petito's telephone. The timing and content of these messages are indicative of Mr. Laundrie attempting to deceive law enforcement by giving the impression that Ms. Petito was still alive. On September 15th, Mr. Laundrie's Ford Mustang was recovered from the T. Mabry Carlton Jr. Memorial Reserve and Mayakatatachi Creek Park in Northport, Florida. However the heck that is said.
Good pronunciation on that one, because I would have butchered the hell out of that.
The bear is back. On September 17th, Mr. Laundrie's parents reported him missing shortly after law enforcement conducted a welfare check at their residence. On September 18th, law enforcement officials commenced an extensive search of the park where Mr. Laundrie's vehicle was parked and did not locate Mr. Laundrie. The area where Mr. Laundrie's remains were later found was part of this search area, but the area was submerged due to recent flooding at the time of this initial search. On September 22nd, the U.S. District Court for the District of Wyoming issued a federal arrest warrant for Mr. Laundrie. The warrant was issued pursuant to a federal grand jury indictment for violation of federal statute 18 U.S.C. 1029A1, use of unauthorized access devices, related to Mr. Laundrie's activities following the death of Miss Petito. On October 7th, 2021, after law enforcement made a request through the Laundrie family attorney, Stephen Bertolino, the Laundries provided personal effects to law enforcement, which were to be used to assist in the search of the Mayakatakachi Creek Environmental Park. God, they throw it in there twice. On October 20th, after water had receded from the area and the park was reopened, Mr. Bertolino notified law enforcement that Mr. Laundrie's parents intended to return to the park to search for Mr. Laundrie. Now, then, Laundrie. Law enforcement officers were present when Mr. Laundrie's parents located an item in the park later determined to belong to him. Upon further search of the area, investigators found human remains, later confirmed to be Mr. Laundrie, along with a backpack, notebook, and a revolver. A review of the notebook revealed written statements by Mr. Laundrie claiming responsibility for Miss Petito's death. On November 23, 2021, the District 12 Medical Examiner Office in Sarasota, Florida, released its report on the manner and cause of death of Mr. Laundrie. The report concluded Mr. Laundrie died of self-inflicted gunshot wound. The FBI thanks all the law enforcement agencies involved in the investigation, including the National Park Service, the U.S. Forest Service, Teton County Sheriff's Office, Teton County Search and Rescue, Jackson Police Department, Suffolk County Sheriff's Office, Northport Police Department, Pasco County Sheriff's Office, Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, Sarasota Police Department, Lee County Sheriff's Office, Brevard County Sheriff's Office, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. They closed the case because Brian, in his own words, said he did it.
I agree with Dirty. Something's not sitting right with me in this case. There's something with him and the parents that I can't, like Dirty says, I can't put my finger on what it is. Something's not sitting right here. The parents are there's something shady, and their lawyer is suspicious. It's just something's not sitting right with me in this case, and I can't figure out what it is.
A lot of people feel that way. That's why I wanted to cover the FBI statement and why they closed the case. I know there are quite a few people out there. I've been reading it trending on Twitter and in some of the commentary that's been going on YouTube that feel that justice actually isn't being done if the parents aren't brought up on charges for hiding him or misconcealing him. And so I put a little thought into that myself, and I have a little bit of a theory here. I know it doesn't sit right. But I'm thinking when he went home, we all know Brian went back to the house after Gabby was missing, and that his parents knew he was distraught. He had to be, right? He just killed him. This person who eventually ended up killing themselves, right? And wrote confessionals in a notebook, more than one, by the way, not just one, more than one. He was obviously, feeling it as he should, as a human being. There was regret there, obviously. There was a need for confession. I would say when he went to the house, that his parents knew something was wrong. I don't know if he told them what he did. I think they suspected something terrible happened. And I think they tried to get him to talk to somebody. And I think he ran away. And I think as parents, they just, because they didn't know everything yet, they just wanted him to get a fair shake. Now, as a parent, I can understand that. It doesn't mean I condone murder. It just means I want him to get a fair shake. Yeah. I just don't want to make assumptions. You love your child.
I have no doubt in my mind that he did it. I mean, the way everything that was said and done, I get that 100%. In the initial search for him, though, I think they were hiding him somewhere.
They may have until trying to get him to talk to somebody.
And I think,
and who knows why? I think that's
what's bugging me is I think they were trying to hide him, and then he went out and then later killed himself. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he killed himself. There's no doubt that he killed Gabby. I just think that point from when he became a missing person to his body found, I think there was something shady with the parents going on there. And it could have just been that they were trying to hide him out till he could figure out what to do. Like I said, I don't know for sure. It just there just seems something there just doesn't seem right for me.
Well, somebody agrees with you because Dirty is telling us from a legal standpoint, the evidence isn't pointing at Brian. And that's hard. That's hard for me to get to when he wrote his confessions more than once. And that would mean that somebody forced him to write the confessions and then blew his head off himself, like for him. I'm not sure. Could it have been a member of Gabby's family? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to know. But I would like to talk more about why you don't think that evidence is there for him to have done it. There was an altercation. There was altercations between the two of them back and forth. There was a distraught relationship. There's documentation of that in several different stops, in several different cams. I don't know. There is no actual physical evidence to say, except for that it was strangulation. And his body is now severely being under the swamp water. They're not going to be able to match up the strangulation marks on her neck with him.
Yeah, like I said, I 100% believe he did it. I just think from his disappearance to his finding of his body, I think there was something going on there but I can't, like I said, there might not be anything at all. It just, and more than likely there's not. Just, I don't know. There just seems like there's not enough information for that time frame.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see where this other information is going through. Dirty, if there's enough there, we could do a deep dive on this one too, now that it's closed, and look at that evidence and see what kind of where that's pointing and what you think. I mean, I understand. I think a lot of people want the parents brought up on charges because they think that he hit them or interfered. You got good question. You got the same questions I have, but they do know that Brian wrote it because it is Brian's handwriting, and the timeline is skewed, especially when the body is there and then not. I get that. I totally see what you're saying there. And also, the parents had his car. So, yeah. So, you think the parents killed their own son because he murdered somebody?
I don't. I think he killed himself. Like
I
think they were hiding him.
I think they
did that effect, and then then he killed himself, and then they disposed of the bodies. Would be my thought. But like I said, I got no evidence, nothing to back it up. It's just kind of a feeling because, like I said, something just doesn't sit right with me with the parents.
If this is the case you murder minions want to dive into while it's fresh, let's do it. If there are too many doubts for you to close it, then we won't close it. We will actually, now that everybody else is done reporting it, let's get into it and see what we can find out. I'll be with you with it. I do have questions myself. My only point is being that both parents have lost their child, and I think the suffering there is quite enough justice on both sides. Even if Brian's parents helped him in any way, they have lost him now.
Shay had mentioned earlier that she thinks he had something to do with the other two bodies they found, but I don't see anything.
I don't know. Although they said the gun is linked somehow. Now the gun that they found on Brian was linked to those two, and that's like weird.
Yeah,
right?
I hadn't seen that, so but that's just
somebody mentioned that in chat a couple of episodes back. Somebody mentioned that in chat. True, they're not going to show us, are they, Dirty? They're not going to show us that notebook, Yeah. Okay, I like the way Dirty, I like the way you think. Like, get out of my head. Like, get out like twins. You. Do you have YouTube
Megan,
in mind, Dirty? Because I see a show. I see like Dirty. This is.
Megan
You got me
says
thinking.
Megan says says no. I think they were hiding them and then killed them off because too much attention on them.
Oh, you think the parents killed their own son? Wow. You see, I won't go that far. I could see it, but I don't want to believe that.
Shay said they interacted with the two people that they found. So I said, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, so I don't know.
I think parents convinced Brian to write the convention and do the right thing. I think so too. And they meant do the right thing, turn yourself in. And he turned that into put a bullet in my head. And they got to live with that. They have to live with the fact that he could have been in custody and would still be alive if they did help keep him away from the authorities. And I think that's enough pain for any parent. Don't you agree? I can't imagine putting Gabby's parents through a trial.
Raven made a good point on the stop where he said that the fighting on the trip, to the extent the police were called, the police told her to stop making him mad. This leaves her to feel like she has no help in getting away.
I know. I don't want to be those police officers.
Messed up.
Right. If they had arrested her, like they could have for the stuff that was going on, she'd be alive. And they have to deal with that. They said, just stop making him mad. Stop fighting. Everything's going to be fine. Almost like little girl. No, don't worry about it. You're causing this problem. I'm so disgusted by that whole thing coming forward that really turned me and caused some aggressive feelings on my part about
that is
abuse in general. Yeah.
We had two interesting takes here. One from Mocking Media and one from Megan. It says, we think he went home, told them, freaked out, took the gun and left.
I know,
contacted his parents, said what he was going to do and where he'd be at. Parents had time to grieve, then they went out and found him.
Bingo.
And then Megan says he killed Gabby, they killed him. People, even parents, will do anything they can do to keep a good reputation.
Well, I would hate to think that, but wow, that would be wild. I'm more leaning, no surprise here. I'm more leaning on the mocking side of this, but that is actually word for word what goes through my head.
Raven said should have arrested him.
They should have arrested somebody. You're right, because this whole thing about abuse and it's not that serious, and you're only getting knocked a bit around, little girl. Just stop. It was so infuriating for me to read. It just brought out all that,
I purposely did not pay a lot of attention to this case. I mean, so that's why I can only give out the information. Like, I didn't pay attention to the arrest, so I don't know what happened. But from what I'm hearing, it did not go well.
It didn't. And here this is why I didn't cover it. The anger I get at this kind of stuff about the abuse, about the whole thing, about the coverage and the play. Like, I knew I couldn't be unbiased about it. I had too strong of it. Just brought out the evil bear in me. Yeah. But I do agree with mocking. That has been the thing that's been in my mind the whole time about how that part happened with the parents.
Raven says she saw the police cam footage and it pissed her off.
I know, right? It was hard not to be biased. It was hard not to get opinionated about that. I knew I couldn't report accurately on it because I was just so damn angry. The dismissal of that girl on what she was going through, the actual dismissal of what was happening to her was infuriating. It's like, okay, so we only it's like, you go and you report getting beat up by your boyfriend and they go, what are you worried about? He just smacked your face a little bit. He's only a black guy. Like, who cares? And like, shut. Yeah, I just couldn't. Yeah. The rage. It was too much.
Krabby also says the cops ignored the witnesses too.
They did. The parents would have got in trouble because they helped at the last minute. Probably a deal they got off. If you could call losing your child getting off, yeah. I think they're suffering. I think they're all suffering, and I don't want charges. My opinion is I don't want charges on Brian's parents because I don't want Gabby's parents to suffer anymore. And if we keep dragging it out, it only makes them suffer more. Let them have the closure.
Yeah.
If they don't want charges pressed, let it lie. They are the ones suffering the most right now, I think. And I do think that Brian's parents, however complicit they may be, are suffering right now. Both parents are suffering. And, we should leave it.
Krabby says the look on Brian's face when he realized they were going to let him go blew me away. He was laughing.
Yep.
And then
because what's that? It's like, you're the one abusing and hitting somebody and doing all this shit. And then you got everybody on your side going, it's not so bad. Don't worry about it. He's okay. He's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't make him mad. That had to feel so good for a narcissistic little abuser like that. Like, it's so infuriating. You see, I can't be unbiased about it. It's just it pisses
Megan
me off.
says the signs in her social media all pointed to him being extremely abusive. That I had heard.
Exactly. Yes, and that's infuriating. And then he gets justification by the cops going, "See, he's fine. He's fine. It's all in your head." It was so infuriating. There's a lot of things we saw about both cases that I didn't see on national outlets. I'll send you some stuff that might make you see things in a new light. I would appreciate that, dude. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm serious. I really want to know. And I'm very intrigued. So, yes, hit me up any way you like. So,
Yeah, Shay says, I don't think charges of the parents won't do anything.
I don't think so either. How you going to prove what they knew? How do you prove what somebody knew? Like what they thought? What are you gonna prosecute them from what they thought and what they knew? How? What evidence? Yeah, he showed up at the house. They said he showed up at the house. They didn't lie about that. Yeah,
like I said, everybody was covering this case, and it just wasn't something I wanted to look. I kept an eye on it just to know, so I knew what was going on, but I didn't deep dive into it at all. So.
Right. But it seems like this case is enclosed for a lot of us. And Dirty, I'm very sorry. No one should know that pain. No one should outlive a child. I feel you. I do. But Gabby had some issues, but she died first. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, she was an emotional girl too, but the whole situation was messed up. And I don't think that the people that had the authority to do anything about it acted appropriately. They didn't even act appropriately for their training, in my opinion. And this is why I didn't cover it, because you're going to hear me being very biased about this. They are actually trained for this kind of stuff. How to be more supportive and emotional and to check this stuff out and never to take one side over the other side because they don't know actually what's going on. And their job in enforcement as authority figures is to actually prevent something like this from happening. And they failed, in my opinion. As an outspoken bear who thinks misogyny and abuse is disgusting, they failed. The officers, every officer that had anything to do with this case failed greatly. They failed Gabby, they failed Brian, they failed the people, period. And that's why I didn't cover the case. because that was hard. That was hard to see. That's right. There's no new evidence that'll ever make this right for anybody.
Yeah, media. From what I'm hearing, one of the others should have been taken. From what I'm hearing, it should have been him.
Either one of them. They did not. They could see something was going on, and they didn't do anything about it. There was no way they could not tell how both of them were acting. They failed. They failed in their duty, and they have training in this. This is what is so infuriating for me. These are situations they're trained to deal with, and they just totally disregarded it. Totally. Like, why? Like, they're going to have to live with that. They failed, both Gabby, Brian, and the people. They failed doing their jobs. They absolutely did. They didn't do anything right there. Anything right at all. One of them should have been detained. They should have been separated. And they should have found out more, or they should have did follow up something. I know it should have been routine around here. It would be like if I say if I make a phone call and say to somebody that somebody in my home is abusing me in any kind of way, we're getting separated. Somebody's leaving that house. If the police do their job, somebody is being taken away. Either I have to leave the house to get away from them, or they're going to arrest the person. But we are not going to be left in the house together, because that wouldn't be doing their job. And unfortunately, that is not what happened. In this case, they left them together, knowing they were beating the shit out of each other, or saying that they were beating the shit out of each other, knowing that they said there was aggression, and one of them saying that they feared for their life. Okay, and that still they left them together. They just went on their merry way, left the both of them together to work it out. How the hell did they think they were going to work it out? Really? Like, who didn't see that coming? That's right, mocking. They separate you right away, and that's what they should have did. They don't care if they know you're probably going to drop the charges and be all kissy and having make-up sex the next day. They get that. But their immediate training is to separate you, to prevent shit like this from happening. And that is what's so infuriating about this case, because they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They failed. They failed heartbreakingly so. And two young people are dead. And it's a failure of the system. Mm. It's right. I agree with you, Dirty. It's just off the scale, the failure there. And I would hope that this case is going to be a training case for a very long time coming. And it should be. They should be humiliated. They should be embarrassed. They should have a lot of regret. They should start some new training, if not sanctions on how this was happened. Because the outcome here was tragedy. Avoidable tragedy. I'm not saying he wouldn't someday have done it. I'm not saying she might have done it to him. They were obviously volatile and not good together, and it was a dangerous situation. But that night, it could have been prevented. That night, something should have been done. Yeah. Okay, Dirty. If you're willing to come on, we'll do a show. I welcome all voices, and I'm for it. I think we both could have a lot to say. And Jay does round tables too. And so next time we're doing one, please come. But if you want to talk about this particular case, now that it's over and I can't be biased about the outcome and the reporting, I got plenty to say about it, as you all can hear. I don't like to be biased.
As far as I'm concerned, is
you muted yourself, Jay. Jay?
It switched the microphone again for some reason.
Oh, were you in the middle of your statement? You just muted yourself. You said, as far as you're concerned, and they all think I muted you, but it wasn't me. You did it to yourself. I swear, people, I don't do that.
As far as I'm concerned, this case is done and dusted for me. I don't think there's really much more to look at in my point of view. But I'm not into the legal aspects like you are.
Legally, I think there's an open book here. Especially when I haven't heard more of what Dirty says is out there for evidence. And so I am curious as to see why she thinks the evidence doesn't point to Brian when, he is writing in a notebook. And, I would kind of go with it if somebody could tell me that Brian never wrote never wrote anything a day in his life until that day. I'd believe it, but that would be evidence to me. But he was a writer. He carried a notebook all the time. So, I'm thinking he could have felt guilt and remorse. I'm thinking on normal human being, but it could have been. Hey, there's our mate, number 8. Howdy. You come to help wrap up the show for us, Chris? Yeah. But, these were a couple of really messy cases. The first one was quite humorous, and the last two have not been. Yeah. But it, as always, our murder minions here in our chat, who are I absolutely love interacting with you guys. I wish, we're all quite fortunate we get to do this again on Thursday. Like you all can come over to Jay's channel at True Serial and join us Thursday to talk about Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, well,
And
we got a deep dive on Jack the Ripper.
I can't wait. I get to read letters.
I've invited Chris from Hereticals and Jen Polymathic to join us if they if anybody else wants to join us, let us know. I mean, it's Jack. Everybody's got opinions on Jack. I've got lots of information to go over for that story. So
Jack is quite enticing. He's quite enticing for me,
Now I will tell you.
Oh no! Wait!
What?
Chris just threw us to the curb. That's okay, Chris. We'll see you Friday morning. We get it. As long as we still get to hang out on Friday morning, we'll be cool. Thank you. Go on.
No. I was just gonna say, it will get disturbing because I will be going over exactly what happened to each of the victims. Just so everybody knows, it is Jack, but there is important information to be gleaned from each one of those. So, thank you, Mrs. Cassandra, for putting the channel over there.
We always link Jay below in the description, as well as some of the articles on things that we're covering. I will be adding to it to give you some more. I found some more things on Halderson. I have more of the FBI statement that I could put down there for you, and I will be linking the 2 videos that we did on Letitia, so you can find them quicker. For those of you that are coming into it late with us and want to see what we've already said about it, there is always a playlist on the channel for these episodes that I do with Jay here on my channel and over there at True Serial.
Well, I just got a message from Megan. Interesting thing. She says 9 out of 10 that she'll be there, so that should be interesting. And she believes Jack was a woman.
Megan.
So that's it's not the first time I've heard that. I've actually heard that there's some people who believe Jack may actually been a woman.
Well, I'm just going to have to go with that one. Bear would be quite enticed to find out that one of the smartest fucking serial killers on the planet that never got caught was a woman. I could dig it. I could dig that a lot, Megan. Let's talk. Like, I want to hear your theory on that. Like, you just made me very happy. I might get through those readings. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but actually, the thought that a woman wrote that. Oh, no! Wait.
But you've only here's the funny thing. You've only read the dear boss letter. You haven't read the other one, so that's
I know.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. So. Well, if I don't show up, people, you know what happened. I actually imploded. I just freaking imploded tonight. So somebody come in Discord and save me. But I'm going to read them after this. But this was very interesting. What do you guys want to cover? Are we doing 2 shows next week, Jay?
I believe so. Let me just double check my calendar here, make sure that my work schedule isn't going to throw me off.
Because while we have our murder minions all here, paying attention, actually, nicely contributing, which I absolutely love. You guys have made me so happy tonight. I can't even tell you. It is. I'm just busting. That I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be talking about all this and that you enjoy it and you interact with us. And I'm not having too many emotions. I'm just having just enough emotions, I think, Shay. It's been a long week without you guys, more than a week. Yeah. And I'm
good for both shows next week.
All right. So what do we want to cover? Let's do one that can go all the way through. Let's cover something.
So you want to do a 2-part? So we'll start on yours and end in mine. I'm starting on Monday, end on mine Thursday.
It's too soon. Don't say that guy because it's too soon. Because I really want the legal stuff on that.
What about? Let's see here. Well, let's ask the chat. See if they've got it. Who would you like to see us cover in a 2-parter?
Yes.
What? A case. It doesn't matter if it's an ongoing case, it's an old case, a cold case, whatever. Just let us know.
Yes, you did, Shay. Listen, right now in chat, the first ones to come up that somebody says two of the same name, that's what we're doing. We're going to give you the power. The murder minions have all the power right now. I am feeling very emotional and very gracious, and we're going to do whatever you say because I'm really into it right now. You guys have made me extremely happy to be back and to be able to cover these cases that I was following but felt too strongly about to actually put out there for you, but to find out you feel pretty much the same way as we were going with most of it, and that there's still things to investigate is intriguing. But so what do you want to cover? A female serial killer? You want to cover an active case? You want to cover a dead case? Carl Williams, Susan Powell. Ooh, Carl Williams. The Long Island serial killer. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now see, that's what I've mentioned before.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's
okay. Oh, Raven.
Raven.
It's the glove, Raven. That one's done.
the problem with the only issue with the Long Island serial killers is unsolved. So,
well, we gotta wait. Oh, wait. Deborah Young wants to do Pothead. That's Guy, though. We need more time to do.
Yeah,
we are going to do Pothead. I need more time to gather all the legal. I need at least 2 weeks to gather legal the way I want to do it to do Pothead, and I want to do Pothead. Yeah, for Jay, because Jay likes a good head in a pot.
I do like a good head in a pot.
Which, until today, I didn't know that about Jay.
Why don't we do this? Just talk about head in a pot. Why don't we cover Ed Gein?
All right. What do you guys think? Oh, Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden didn't do it.
All right. It's a 2-4. Yes, she did. Oh, no, shut up. Shut up.
Lizzie Borden did not kill him.
Okay, wait a minute. That's another. Wait a minute. All right, Lizzie Borden or Ed Gein. Okay, I don't know. I'm enticed now because Lizzie Borden's got me all excited all of a sudden. Just because now I can't get the song out of my head. Thank you, mocking. Thank you. Because, Lizzie Borden had an ex. Got her mother with 40 whacks.
When she saw what she had done, you gave her father 41.
41! What do you mean she didn't do it? 41 whacks. She didn't do it. They found her covered in blood. What are you talking about?
She was acquitted. She did not do it. I believe it was the maid that did it.
The maid?
Yes.
She did it.
No,
she did do it. Yes, Hereticals. This is definitely going to be a debate on Hereticals channel. It's Jay versus the Bear. Lizzie Borden did it. Lizzie Borden damn well did it. I don't care what the court says, and I'm all about legal. That legal shit was fucked the hell up. Lizzie Borden whacked the hell out of her parents with that axe. End of story. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, they didn't find her covered in blood.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh my God. Oh my God. The butler did. No. Oh, you people.
It was the housekeeper. God. I'm telling you, it was the housekeeper.
Wake up your mind. The maid, the butler, the housekeeper.
The maid and housekeeper, same thing.
The sister, she was naked. That's right. She was. She was. I'm telling you, Lizzie did it.
Now, yeah, Raven, I did forget about it. There was that guy that was passing through town too.
Oh God.
No,
the milkman, the postman.
Lizzie didn't do it.
Oh God! All right, everybody who thinks Lizzie did it, start sending me your stuff, man. Because
it was a professor in the library with a candlestick.
This is it, Chris. Help me here, man. Oh my God, I'm going to. Oh my God, oh Lord, it'll be my first lost debate. It's going to be Lizzie Borden. Colonel Mustard. I'm going for Colonel Mustard. It was
now. See, I like Mrs. Scarlet. Miss Scarlet.
I'm going with Lizzie, goddammit. Lizzie did it. There was no blood for Lizzie. It doesn't matter.
All the evidence says Lizzie didn't do it.
I guess I'm just going to have to go back to the drawing board. All right. I like Chris.
Hey, you're still number 8.
No, but you're the best fucking number 8 on the planet. You see, number 8 is an actual tribute, Chris. When I call you number 8, the best arso in the world, it's a fucking compliment, and you've earned it, dude. And this is why. I'm on Claire's side. I have no idea who Lizzie Borden is, but the bear is right.
Yes. So what is it? What do we want to cover on Monday and Thursday?
We're going to cover Ed Gein, I guess.
We want to cover Gein?
Because apparently we're doing a debate on Lizzie Borden at some other day. because she's. But coffee is good, Jay, and don't. Yes, it is.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
you are. You should be proud of being number 8. You've earned it. You and your drop bear harassment of me on. And I'll have you know that's hit other discords now, Chris. I actually got terrorized with the sound of happy koalas the other day, who, by the way, sound like roaring lions going to eat my face. They were in another discord tagging me to it because of the drop bear stuff that you started on me from the very first day I hit your channel. And,
You're right, Raven. I did forget the sister was cleared also.
No, she was. Yeah. But you know what? She should have been feared. She took an axe to her parents. I'm sorry. Anyway, Chris is premiere. All right. Yes, she did. Damn it! The court of popular opinion sat here by the bear says yes, she did. Oh, so that's where I sit. That's where I sit on this court right here. And by the way, everybody, Hereticals is going to be premiering a Hillsong Church pastor complains that they have to follow the rules video in 30 minutes. If you want to check it out over there with our mate. It's going to be coming up on Chris and Jay's channel shortly. I just got the notice. So.
Aqua Torfuna.
yeah. YouTube is working. Aqua Torfuna. Oh my god. All right. So next week we're going to do Ed. Are we going to do Ed Gain then? Is everybody okay with us doing Ed Gain on Monday and Thursday next week? And then we'll continue our argument about Lizzie Borden at another date and get a mediator.
This is my suggestion for Geen. We'll cover the case of Geen on Monday, and then on Thursday we'll look into the significance of that case and how it has impacted.
Future cases,
cases, media. I know, Raven. That was Bailey. As soon as I recognized the Tofuna. But and then on Thursday we'll talk about
I have no proof, Dirty. I just have a wicked sense of murder. I have no proof, right, Dirty? I have to find some if I'm going to win this debate. I get it. Well,
so we'll look into the profile and how it affected media and some of the best horror movies out there, best slasher films out there, including Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and whatnot. We'll cover that stuff on Thursday.
Yeah, and so on that we've gone much longer, but much enjoyably so.
I'm sorry, it's Tofana.
It's Tofana. Aqua Tofana. What the heck is this?
Bailey Sarian.
Oh, that. Okay. I tell her to put the lotion on the skin. Okay. Yep. Stop, Dirty. Like you know how many times somebody says that to me at least once a day. Once a day.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
I hang out with all the cool people, I'll tell you.
Put the lotion in the basket. Put the lotion in the basket.
At least once a day. At least once a day somebody says that to me. Yes, someday we'll cover Michael Myers just because he's entertaining. Yeah. And thank you. Thank you, Shay, for helping out. Thank you, Dirty, for offering information. Thank you, Raven, for your input here, and Krabby, and everybody who has been adding, especially Always Createful, and everybody who's in my DMs with information, and Jay for making this so damn enjoyable today. Thank you for showing up, Chris, and all of the supporters here for mocking, for my mods, my damn mods. I love all of you. You make this very comfortable for me. I don't have to worry about shit. You guys are the best. And Dirty, I have no proof, but I'm going to find it. I'm just going on instinct here. Lizzie Borden killed her parents.
No, she didn't.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to prove it. I know the world's against me, but who said the bear's not up for a challenge? The bear's always up for a challenge. So I'm going to try like freaking hell to prove this one. But
just remember, guys, share this around, because as soon as we hit that 1,000 subscribers over here on Bear's channel, we can start getting you some Murder Minion emojis.
That's right. We're going to get Murder Minion emojis, and we're going to have a Murder Minion room. And I've got a Discord just for you guys, Murder Minions. So
I can't save my channel because I haven't even broke 100 subscribers. So.
Oh, come on. Let's get G some more subscribers too, because, after all, I only hang around with the best. We got Hereticals, we got Jay, we have so many of you in the channel there, mocking, you cancel that TRO. Here comes the PR. They are definitely one of the best creative accounts out there. They fucking make me laugh every day. And I thank God for them. They got me through this illness with humor, laughing my ass off. So thank you for that. Great accounts. And you all need to be at 1,000. Just to, I'm going to be greedy. Get me there first, please. So I can open the Discord.
You'll get it before I will.
Oh, I don't know. I've been at it a long time, dude. Yeah, been a long time. But I'm patient, if anything, and tenacious. They're always gets what they want eventually. So it's coming. What in the poison to aqua to? Oh, I see. Italian. Now I'm enticed. All right. On that, I'm putting the outro on because I could stay here another hour, and we don't want that, people. I got things to do. On Wednesday, please join Jay. First, go over the hereticals in like 15 minutes or so. They've got something going on. Jay will be doing cults and conspiracies on Wednesday morning over at Hereticals.
We're going to talk about the green children of Wood Pit.
That is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Wednesday evening, back on my channel, I have a discussion with Commentary Kelly and Whispers of Thought, our friend Jay. Josh, rather. I'm sorry. I always do that. Josh and Jay, I mix up their names every damn day. My apologies. Both very good friends of mine. We're going to be talking about the pressures of social media. Come join us. I think we have some things to say. Should be entertaining. Then after that on Thursday, we'll see us back on Jade's channel for a discussion about Jack, which is going to be great. And then Friday, Hereticals in the morning, 6-pack with Jay and the rest of the 6-pack crew, Chris and Matthew and Polly in Polymathic Jen. We're going to be covering some. I don't know who our guest is this week. My apologies, Chris. I'm sorry. I didn't study.
If you've got one set up yet or not.
I see a drop there in my future. I didn't study. I have no idea what we're doing on Friday, but I'll find out by Friday. And after that, the return of mayhem, and I can't wait. As you can tell, I'm fired up. So come find out what we got for you. It's going to be lit. On that outro time, I really enjoy all of this with you, and I do hope to see you all very, very soon. Have a great night, and thank you, Jay. It was a blast. But Lizzie did kill. Lizzie killed her. Lizzie killed her parents. Yes, she did.
Take care of yourselves, everyone.
Okay, bye, all.
No, she didn't.